Welcome to Unit 2, Polynomials, Lesson 8, Different and Sums of Cubes. Today's learning goals: I can and will identify a sum and difference of cubes, and factor a difference and sum of cubes. Just to go over the grade 10, some grade 10 concepts, of course. Difference of squares looks like this, and can be factored like this: a minus b, a plus b. So today, we're going to be looking at this. A cubed minus b cubed. This is the difference of cubes. We're going to be looking at this guy here as well, a cubed plus b cubed. So our goal today is that we're going to identify these and we're going to factor them. Let's start. So we're going to start with a little activity here on cubing things. So 1 cubed, of course, is 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. 4 cubed is 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. 5 cubed is 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. Alright, these are positives. If we go to negatives, negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. So notice this is different than squared. Cubes, if you cube a negative, you get a negative. Because why? There's 3 negatives. Same thing here. And this should really be negative, and this should be negative. Alright, this guy here, negative 4 to the power of 3, so it's negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4, which is negative 64. Negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5 is negative 125. Finally, negative 10 times negative 10 times negative 10 is negative 1,000. Alright, so this is why, this row here is why we can do sum of cubes. Why? Because we can cube root a negative number. Alright, over here, with variables and coefficients, again, the 3 goes to the 2, and it also goes to the x. 3 cubed is 8, x to the power of 3 is x to the power of 3. Here, oops. Here, if we cube that 3, that's 27, and then cube the u, so it's u cubed. Here, 4 to the power of 3, 64, b squared to the power of 3 is b to the power of 6, power, multiply them. And finally, this last one, 3 to the power of negative 5 is negative 125. A to the power of 4 to the power of 3, multiply them again, so it'll be a to the power of 12. And also apply to the b, so that's really b to the power of 3. There we go. So don't forget, the exponent applies to the coefficient and the variables. Alright, let's continue. So here, there's a little warm-up to expanding them. I'm going to do, I'll do the first 2 rows, but hopefully you can see the pattern here. If I multiply this guy, so I'm going to FOIL this out, multiply, and then I'm going to multiply this, this, and this. If you notice what happens here, I'm going to get x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4x minus 2x squared minus 4x minus 8. What happens here? Well, you notice that that cancels that cancels with that, and we're left with, boom, x cubed minus 8. These are both cubes, perfect cubes, so I can cube root them. So this is actually a difference of cubes. So what we're going to do is we're going to look to reverse it to go to this way. But let's continue. Let's try this guy. So again, we're going to do this times this, this times this, this times this, then we're going to do this times this, this times this, and this times this. So here we go. I'm going to get x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x plus 2x squared minus 4x plus 8. Same beautiful thing happens here. Negative 2x squared plus 2x squared plus 4x minus 4x. And of course we're left with this, x cubed plus 8. I'll do one more if you want to try the last 2 rows. That would be great, but you don't have to, of course. Hopefully you see a pattern. Difference of cubes, sum of cubes, and we go to this. So again, our goal is to go reverse it that way. Here we go. So again, I'm not going to show my work here. Well, I will, but I'm not going to show the arrows. So it's going to be x cubed plus 3x squared plus 9x minus 3x squared minus 9x, and then minus 27. Again, cancel, cancel, equals x cubed minus 27. Alright, we'll do this last one. If you want to try the last two rows, please, but hopefully, again, our goal is to go from here to here for this lesson. So this is going to be x cubed minus 3x squared plus 9x plus 3x squared minus 9x, and then plus 27. Again, cancel, 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 and then we're left with x cubed plus 27. So again, it gives us a sum of cubes. There's a difference of cubes. Try the last two if you want to see results. They're on the website. So I'm going to skip past this, and so really what you should see, if I go from here to here, if I cube root this, again I'll have, if this is a cubed minus b cubed, this is going to have a minus b. I'm going to have a squared plus a times b squared. So that is really the formula for difference of cubes. If I go here, oops, so there's the formula right here. And then if I do sum of cubes, so again, a cubed plus b cubed, again, because I can cube root negatives, I can actually factor this, and it becomes a plus b, a squared minus ab plus b squared. So new two formulas. Again, let's look at where the differences are. The difference is here, that's a minus here, that's a plus here, where this formula is a plus here and this is a minus here, but other than that, it's exactly the same. So you always have to see what sign is between. If it's a minus, the minus goes in a binomial. If it's a plus, the plus goes in a binomial, and that first term is negative. Alright, let's do a few examples, then we'll be done. Alright, here we go. So use the pattern shown above to factor. So here we go. The first thing I want to do is always figure out my a. So my a here will be the cube root of the first term. So here my a is x, and my b will be the cube root of the last term. So it's going to be 8. Ignore the sign. So the cube root of 8 is 2. So I got my a and my b. I'm going to use this formula here because it's a minus. So my formula is a minus b, a squared plus ab plus b squared. So I'm just going to plug in what I know here. So I'm going to have x minus 2. It's going to be x squared plus a times b, x times 2, so 2x plus 4 factored. Alright, let's do the sum. So again, we're doing the plus. I've already done this work here for you because it's the same thing, just a plus in the middle. So again, I'm going to use this formula. A plus b is going to be a squared plus, oops, nope, not plus, Mr. Wills. Let's try this again. Let's reverse that. Minus ab plus b squared. So be careful where those signs are. So again, what am I going to have here? I'm going to have x plus 2. It's going to be x squared. And then a times b, of course, is 2x, or 2x, yeah. But it's going to be minus 2x, and this is going to be plus 4, 2 squared. Done. If I expanded this out, I'd get that. If I expanded this out, I'd get that. Alright, let's continue. Here's the next one. Alright, so a little bit more tricky. I've got a coefficient n variable here, so my a will be the cube root of 27 x cubed. So my a term here will be cube root of 27 is 3, cube root of x squared, x cubed, sorry, is x. My b will be the cube root of 64. So this is going to give me b is equal to 4. So again, I'm not going to write the formula this time. This is going to give me this. It's going to give me 3x minus 4. Again, because of this minus sign there. That's going to give me 3x squared plus 3x times 4 and plus 4 squared. So I'm going to show a little bit of work here. So 3x minus 4, oops, it's going to be 9x squared plus 12x plus 16. Done. Alright, over here, same a and b value, but now it's a plus sign, so same thing here. I'm going to have 3x plus 4 this time instead of minus because of the plus. And I'm going to skip right here, so it's going to be 3x squared, so it's going to get 9x squared minus this time. And here we go, so it's going to be 3x times 4, which is 12x, and then plus 4 squared, which is 16. There we go. All right, last two examples. Here we go. Now, if I cube root the 2, I don't get a nice number. Cube root the 16, I don't get a nice number. So again, sometimes you must always common factor first. So that's what I'm going to do here. I can common factor out, so this is really equal to, common factor to 2, so I get 1 minus 8x to the power of 6. So my a value will be the cube root of 1, which is 1. My b value will be the cube root of 8x to the 6, which will be cube root of 8 is 2. And then here we go, x. When you do this, going back to grade 11, you actually divide this. So it's 6 divided by 3, so that is 2. And I've got my a and my b. All right, so here we go. I'm going to have 2 bracket. It's a minus, so it's going to be 1 minus 2x squared. And then here I'm going to have a 1 squared. That's like kind of useless, but it's okay. Plus 1 times 2x squared plus 2x squared squared. So here we go. Final answer 2. 1 minus 2x. 1 squared, of course, is 1. Plus 2x squared. And this is going to be plus 4x to the power of 4. There we go. Beautiful. Over here, same problem as I had before. So I'm going to common factor out. Now, I'm going to common factor out of 3, of course. And I notice here this 4. To be a difference of cubes or sum of cubes, every exponent must be a multiple of 3. This is not, and this is not, but I can actually factor it out. So I really end up with this. I can factor it to 3a, and I'm going to be left with 8a to the 3, b to the 3, plus 1. All right, so my a term will be the cube root of 8 a cubed, b cubed. So here I can see a is equal to 2ab. Again, I'm just doing 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. That's a terrible 3. B, just cube rooting a 1, and that's fine. All right, so here we go. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have 3a. I'm going to be left with 2ab. It's plus here, so I'm going to add, so plus 1. And then in brackets here, I'm going to have 2ab squared plus 2ab times 1 plus 1 squared. Running out of room here. Equals, so here I'm going to have my 3a. Don't forget to put that common factor in front. 2ab plus 1. And here I'm going to have a 4a squared b squared. Again, every term there is squared. The 2 is squared, the a is squared, the b squared. Plus 2ab plus 1. And that is it. Beautiful. So that is factoring. Don't forget to common factor first if possible, if you can't cube root the numbers. That's that. Final slide. Don't forget, here's the homework. It's not that challenging. Just keep going with that. I think there's a few challenging ones, maybe in 4 and 5. But again, it's just a matter of identifying and factoring. Identifying, just make sure you can cube root both terms. And remember, you can plus or minus them. That is the lesson. Thanks for watching, and good luck with the homework.